Are crypto loans subject to tax in the UK? When does income tax apply to crypto? And when does capital gains tax apply? That's what we'll be looking at in this video and reminding ourselves of. So please do like this video and subscribe to the channel so I can continue to offer more content for you in future. And let's jump straight in and take a look at these annoying crypto taxes. And firstly, let's remind ourselves of when income tax would apply for crypto in the UK. So getting paid in crypto for a good or a service is subject to income tax and national insurance contributions. Mining crypto is also usually subject to miscellaneous income tax, but you can't claim the costs for mining activities as expenses to offset your tax, such as the purchase of equipment and electricity for mining, for example. And you can see here just how vague the guidance is for each crypto activity currently. So there are grey or blurred areas. And this appears a lot when you read through the guidance. So it is important to say early on that if you have specific questions or you're into something a bit more specific, advanced, or with a large amount of funds, you should research and contact a qualified accountant or tax advisor who specializes in crypto, or who at least has a good understanding of it, to give you some proper advice. And I am also looking at these crypto activities from the point of view of an individual rather than a business, because there is a separate section on crypto tax for companies that you can check out, and I'll include a link in the description to this video to HMRC and the UK government's Cryptoassets manual, so you can check this out yourself if you want to. The returns that you receive from staking crypto will also be subject to income tax and miscellaneous income tax, to be precise. But this again depends on the degree of activity, for example, how much you're staking. But just to show how confusing these crypto tax rules are, although staking crypto comes under income tax, more recent DeFi rules that HMRC and the UK government have introduced state that if you provide liquidity to a liquidity pool on a DeFi platform and receive a liquidity token in return, then the difference between the price of these two cryptocurrencies that you normally have to put into a liquidity pool at that time and the price of the liquidity token you receive back at that time, the difference between them would be subject to capital gains tax. And how on earth they're planning to track all of these DeFi transactions to this extent, I don't know. And I am looking into doing a video with a crypto accountant or tax advisor soon, hopefully. So please let me know in the comments if that would be of interest to you. And I'll put out a post on YouTube and social media asking if you have any specific questions that you'd like me to ask them about crypto tax. And finally, for airdrops, income tax would apply in most cases also, and as miscellaneous income. The only time income tax wouldn't apply if you receive an airdrop as an individual is if you did nothing in return for receiving the tokens that were airdropped to you. So there was no service that you provided or any other conditions. And if you then go on to sell a token that was airdropped to you, you would likely be liable for capital gains tax if there was a gain, even if you don't have to pay income tax on it originally. But this is obviously quite nuanced and complex. So again, I would always advise getting in contact with a crypto tax advisor or accountant who can give you specific tax advice based on your personal circumstances. Let's now move on and look at when capital gains tax would apply with crypto in the UK. And remember that capital gains tax is currently 10% or 20% for crypto, and the AEA or annual exempt amount is only £3,000 from April 2024. But firstly, and the main thing people think of when they're looking at capital gains tax, is when you sell crypto for fiat currency, such as the British pound, for example. Capital gains tax also applies though when you swap your crypto for another cryptocurrency, as there may be a gain involved when you do so. Spending your crypto on goods or services will also come under capital gains tax, as you will have made a disposal of your crypto assets this way. And finally, gifting your crypto to someone who's not your spouse or civil partner will also come under capital gains tax. And how about crypto loans? Because I've been asked a few times recently whether they are subject to tax in the UK. So I think it's important to note that it does get quite complex when you get into the detail. So again, I would just always advise speaking to a crypto accountant, which I'm not. And as I said earlier, I will include in the description to this video a link to the official rules as published by the UK government and HMRC, so you can check these out yourself if you'd like to. But essentially, for crypto loans, as a borrower, when you take out a crypto loan, this is seen as an acquisition, not a disposal, so is not considered as taxable. The loan interest payments that you make on the borrowed amount are also allowable expenses. When you pay back the loan though, this is treated as a disposal, which is subject to capital gains tax if you've made any gains, of course. So for example, if I borrow, just for ease, 1 BTC, once or if I've paid that off, then that is a disposal. So if the price of BTC has gone up, then capital gains tax would be due because I will have originally bought that 1 BTC at one price and then disposed of it by paying off the loan at a higher price. If the lending platform gives you additional incentives like their native tokens, or you earn money through staking, then these gains would likely be viewed as miscellaneous income tax rather than capital gains tax, which I did mention earlier in the income tax section, for which currently there is a £1,000 allowance before you need to pay tax as miscellaneous income. So that ends this video looking at crypto tax in the UK. But as always, I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. And if you're interested in more of a tailored approach to your crypto education, and you think you'd benefit from having someone look over your shoulder and guide you on your journey, I do offer one-to-one coaching to those who have the desire and the means to educate themselves further. And there are links in the description where you can message me and book in a free video call to see if we'd be a good fit. And if you found this content interesting, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it really does help. And have a great day.